late afternoon in Bordeaux. I've just been to physiotherapy, and that involves going on a very brief walk. And on the going and the returning, it occurred to me, in a way that I hadn't quite understood before, that the political center, certainly in America, and I would think to a degree this is true in Britain, but mainly England for reasons I can explain in another context, a degree in France and a degree in Germany, the center, both right and left. In other words, it's not collapsing, but it feels like collapse. It is in decline, but not seriously. It will still matter enormously electorally. It will probably form governments, but it has lost the battle of ideas. It's a very curious alliance, but for the right-wing criticism, it wouldn't have occurred to me to see it in quite this way. But it has been an alliance of, not to be controversial, but Middle Eastern politics and free market economics, a particular take on both. And feeding into that has been an attitude toward history, an interpretation of the past, particularly the Second World War and all that involved in that, where you have the left being philosophically minded, Kantian, being ethically minded, and the right being patriotically minded, but both drawing the same conclusions about the war, that the war was an enormous achievement, a positive thing, a legacy for the future, and all that follows from that. And if you hold that line, then something has died recently. It's been coming slowly in bits and pieces. As I said, the extreme right and the extreme left, the revival of both. And I no longer think of them as the extreme now. I've come up with a new formulation of the near right and the near left, but I am convinced that the true extremes are making the running now, but will be defeated. And the center, the old alliance, as I said, of a particular Middle Eastern form of politics and free market economics, if you will, the Clinton synthesis, is coming unraveled. And from there, we must begin to think carefully about how to proceed. But, as I said, the ideas of the near left and the near right, as opposed to the far, may be the most relevant now. We will see.